Obviously, an excellent win for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, excellent win would be an understatement. There was so many things we were trying to accomplish with this week. One, we came off the end of the season where we lost our final 2 games of the season. And with this senior class, I mean, they have done so many incredible things. We talked about what this class could accomplish, being the first class ever to go to 3 bowl games in a row. We only have 5 bowl wins in our school history. This senior class owns 3 of them, the last 3 in a row. They go out as one of the winningest classes in school history with this win, 3 9-win seasons in a row, just unbelievable. We go on and on about what they accomplished. And that's why this game was so big to us. We wanted to send these seniors out the right way. And we talked about the momentum also catapulting this team into the 2017 football season. We knew we were going to play a great opponent in Navy. Unbelievable respect for Navy, the way that they play, the effort, the toughness, the competitive nature that they play with. We knew that it was going to be hard. And it's also an opportunity to play in an Armed Forces Bowl where, as I told Brent Ringler, and the people from Lockheed Martin, this is much more than a bowl game. I've had an opportunity to play in a lot of bowl games in my career. I should say I've had an opportunity to coach in a lot of bowl games in my career. I haven't played in too many. But you know what? This one is about 2 teams in the final game of the season, but it's also about the men and women, what they do on a day-to-day basis in the armed forces all around the world. To give us an opportunity to enjoy the freedoms that we have and put our heads on our pillow at night and sleep soundly. And for that, we're incredibly grateful. So it's also an opportunity for us to be appreciative of the men and women in the armed forces today. So it's been an educational experience for us as a football team to have this experience. But as I told these seniors how proud I am of them, it's about the journey. It's not about the destination. It's about the memories that you make on your way there. It's about the friendships that you make. But without a doubt, for this senior class, it's about the imprint that they have left on Louisiana Tech and what they've done for this program. Just really proud of these guys.
Coach, if you could make a comment about your 2 players here, about their play today.
Well, let's see. Trent Taylor had another ho-hum, 12 catches, 233-yard day with 2 touchdowns, which seems, Trent Taylor, incredible competitor. People want to evaluate a football player by his height, his weight, his size, and his speed. They think it's all about the numbers that you put up, and that's why a guy like this is at Louisiana Tech. He is at his best on the biggest stage. He's an incredible competitor. He brings it every single day. I couldn't be more proud of him. And I made the comment to the staff. I said, we will find out how valuable Trent Taylor was when we have to play without him. And he is going to leave a huge hole when he walks out this door for what he was able to do for this program. Couldn't be more proud of him. For Jonathan Barnes, to make a field goal, as I said to him, I went to him. I said, hey, just relax, you got this. He goes, Coach, you put it right where we kick it for pregame warm-up every game. And he said, this one will be easy. And he put it right through the uprights. As I told him, we started the season with a miss from 39 yards that went off the upright, that left a little bit of all of us in Fayetteville, Arkansas that day with an opportunity to win that game. But he came back, went 7 games in a row without missing a kick, and if you've got a game winner, there's nobody I'd rather put on the line than Jonathan Barnes. I trust our snapper and our holder, but I was more concerned about the snap and the hold and the protection than I was the kick. I know if he got the kick off, I felt really confident it was going through the uprights.
Jonathan, biggest kick of your career?
Probably so, just because of the seniors that are on this team, a bunch of guys I came in with, and it means a lot to be able to send them out the right way. I think that it's definitely fitting for them to go out this way, and it's something they deserve, because the 4 years that we put in here together has been incredible, and we are where we are today because of them. And to be given the opportunity to go out there and be able to put the ball through meant a lot. I told my snapper, Daryl, and my holder, Logan, that before we went out there, that we ran the clock down and we're sitting there, and I told him, I said, would it be fitting for this to end any other way than for us 3 to go out there and be able to finish it like this? And, I mean, as soon as the ball off my foot, the first person I was looking for was Daryl, just because, it means so much to both of them and to me, but to be able to send them out the way that we sent them out meant a lot.
Trent, obviously MVP of the game, had a pretty good game. Your thoughts?
It was a fun game, and just the way this offense executed the whole game, couldn't be more proud of the guys that were around me. just every time we got the ball, we executed to the best of our ability. And throughout the whole game, through the ups and downs of it, nobody flinched, which Coach tells us that all the time, just don't flinch. And we were able to look at the guys around us on offense, and we all believed in each other, and that was a great feeling. And we had confidence in one another out there on that field that we were going to get the job done, and that's what we did.
Coach, talk a little bit about your quarterback.
Well, he doesn't listen anymore. He does whatever the hell he wants to. He doesn't listen. He's undisciplined. He's, oh, hey, Ryan, how you doing? Couldn't be more proud of this guy. You know, I'm going to miss all these seniors without a doubt. And obviously, there's some special ones, and with my involvement on the offensive side of the ball, I don't know that there's anybody that is taking more verbal, harsh lashings on this team than Ryan Higgins has. He's the guy that's waited his turn. He's waited patiently. He believed in the school. He believed in us. And even when a transfer came in here after going into his junior year, everybody thought he would leave. And I remember he said to me that day when I went and talked to him about it, he said, Coach, this is my school. I'm not going anywhere. If you feel you need to bring somebody in, bring him in and let's compete. He got injured, missed about 5 weeks at the beginning. This year going into it, I felt very comfortable with him being our starting quarterback. We had a life learning lesson earlier in the season, going into the season that was painful to go through, but I think it makes watching this season that much sweeter for me to know what he's overcome, to be where he is, to watch the hard work that he's put into it, and the way that he's grown. As I tell our team every day, I mean our bunch, every face has a story. Every face in that locker room has a story. And Ryan's story is pretty special for what he's done, his focus, his toughness, his competitive nature, his leadership, what he brought, what these two guys brought to this offensive football team is incredible. I think he throws for 400 yards tonight. But as a coach, I don't think twice, just as I don't think twice, you know, putting the ball in Jonathan Barnes' foot and saying, let's go win it with that. I don't think twice about putting the ball in Ryan Higgins' hand and saying, you know what, son, protect the ball and go do what you do. And I know he's going to make good decisions out there on the field. It's the biggest compliment I can give him is how much I trust him as a quarterback, and I do love him, appreciate him.
Ryan, we've had 3 pretty good quarterbacks last 3 years. Yourself, with Jared Goff last year, #1 draft pick in the NFL. You had Gary Ward Jr. from Houston. Your thoughts on the game?
You're going to be the #1 pick, that's what he said.
Yeah. Sounds amazing.
I'll be your agent.
Just really proud of all our guys, and just when we needed to answer, we did, and you know when there was a swing momentum, we shut it down. Anything like that, I was just really proud of how everybody, and definitely offensively, I could say, you know, when we needed to score, we were all there saying we're just going to move the ball down the field, let's go take care of business, and I had complete faith in all of our guys. And as scary as the end was, I had 100% confidence in Mr. Jonathan Barnes.
Real good. Questions from the floor?
John,
Right there.
Is that a moment that you live for as a kicker, that final kick?
Absolutely. I think that if you want to be a kicker, you better live for that. Because if not, you're not going to be a kicker very long. I think last year we had a couple of big moments, and so it definitely builds upon itself to give you confidence coming to the next moment. But definitely, that's something that you live for. And I'm lucky to be able to share it with a bunch of guys that are like my brothers.
Phil?
Coach, did you envision a shootout like this with Navy? I remember back in September in Lubbock, you got in the shootout with Texas Tech.
We've been in a couple of them this year, for sure. We were one at Texas Tech. We won the first game against Western Kentucky. It was a defensive struggle, 55-52. I mean, we've been in a bunch of them this year, and you know what? That's the thing why I'm so proud of these guys. Did I think it would be a high scoring? I felt like the game could go one of 2 ways, and it was one of the reasons that I took the ball to start the game. It's the only time I've taken the ball all year. I've deferred all year, but in this game, I felt like if they came out and had the ball their first 2 or 3 possessions and had a drive like they had to start the third quarter that took 7 minutes, 8 minutes, what was it that it ate? I mean, a bunch of time. That I was concerned about offensively us getting a little bit frustrated because we were used to moving the ball and scoring points and being very aggressive. And that's one of the reasons that I took the ball. And Carlos goes down the field and the offense punches it in the end zone. And it kind of put us up, and then we went back and forth. But when I saw our defense I told this team last night, the defense was gonna be the difference in this game, and the stops that our defense got today was the difference in this game. That's why it was a higher scoring game, because we got some stops on the defensive side of the ball, and we had a lot more possessions than I thought we would. We talked about having to be really efficient on offense, trying to get some stops, keeping the ball in front of us defensively. But coming into it, I mean, we've got an offense that's built that if we have to go throw it every down, we're probably at our best in the 2-minute drive. I mean, honestly, that's probably where we are operating. That's when we're in a rhythm. That's when these guys feel like, yeah, let's go. I mean, and that's when we're at our best, and we were able to do some of that today because Navy wasn't able to just take the ball and control it the entire time. But yeah, I know they can score points. Like I said, they've got a great offense. They got some unbelievable schemes. We did some things to them that I felt really good. We'd stop them, be 2nd and 10, and then they'd double that guy and mark another guy, and you're like, oh, golly. They got a lot of answers. They're really explosive, but this was a game where we said we got to score one more point than they do, and we're prepared to win 17-14, and we're prepared to try and win 55-52.
Coach, you talked about the stops that your defense made, but could you elaborate on how they did against this triple option offense?
Really, I thought for the most part they did really well. I mean, I thought they did some really good things. When you look at, and Navy's averaging 40 points a game. They've played some pretty good teams. Beating Notre Dame and Houston. They were top 10 in the country, top 5 in the country, wherever they were ranked at that time. They've won some huge games. They've got an offense that can put up a lot of points. And so I felt like if we could just get a couple stops, that was the difference we were going to have to make. But when we had to punt twice, when somebody took a sack in the first half, we ended up having to punt twice. I thought our defense came up huge. Got a couple stops, got a turnover, got us some field position, and we were able to stay ahead of it and go into halftime with the lead.